And welcome back to Ma. Ayan, diba? Please, 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 ayan, guys, mega love shout out again and again. Welcome to Chikahan One on One, where we have guests and IC gets deep. And tonight it's going to be about this system. What is the system? And it's all about your dating life. I want to talk about dating. Do you find it fun? What are the system that we are going to talk about, and how are you going to apply it for yourself? So I want to not further this much, and I want him again to introduce himself to everyone. Please welcome the one and only. Yan. O, di ba talaga may one and only talaga doon, syempre. The one and only, My Views, Your World.
Hey everybody, My Views Your World, living here in the Philippines. Just wanted to talk about my dating experience over the past few years and everything, and thank ICEE for invite me on their platform.
Ay, ayan. Welcome back again. Ayan, AJ. Ayan. So AJ is known in the channel as My Views Your World, and Nightbot is probably dropping his link, guys. So please do check him out. And we have people in the house already. Thank you for coming. Consisting of, it is amazing. Our girl is late back to back. Guys, do not make me feel embarrassed. I already feel bad, okay? Ayan, do not make it more bad because AJ is here. Ayan, and My Views Your World is everybody saying hi in the chat. BIY is here. Good evening, my views to you. And thank you, admin. Please entertain the guest in the chat while I entertain the guest above. O, diba? You're in the bottom, I'm on top. Charot. Anyways, ayan. So first of all, guys, I want to share this one with you guys because this is very and going to be important in the conversation today. So please let us describe this. What is this system? And in a glance, what are we going to talk about today? My views. It's muted.
Sorry about that. I'm glad you caught that rather than everybody else in chat. But so I was introduced to the system probably in 2014. My friend told me about it, and I seen him having a successful relationship. So I started taking a look at it. You can find it on doclove.com. Unfortunately, he passed away, the creator of it, like in 2020. But I highly recommend any guy that looking for like a solid foundation for us, like dating, or just want to add some stuff to their toolbox, to go check it out. That's doclove.com, and this is not sponsored, or I'm not sponsored. ICEE isn't sponsored by them or anything, but it pretty much like give traits that men should have, or men should be looking for in a woman, women should be looking for in a man. And I also talked about interest level, because that's one thing that not too many people talk about when it comes to dating is interest level, and how to like keep your partner engaged or interested in you, or like when it gets to a point of like no return as far as a relationship.
So we have some comments in the chat, AJ. This is from Billy. Married for 20 years, but still will hang around to hear about the struggles of dating in today's world. So I want to jump into the struggles of dating. So as you probably already in the world of this social media and the ludicrous world of, social media, what are the struggles that you think is real, and what are the struggles you think are just for clout?
Like I think the real struggle is just like finding somebody in today's, in Western society, that's looking for like a committed relationship, rather than and want to be like have like a true partnership, instead of just thinking they want to be independent, or just be on their own. Want to be the family and be together. A lot of people in today's society just want to have their freedoms to do whatever they want, like have a partner here, a partner there, just get whatever they want out of a relationship rather than trying to build something together, you know. So
So for you, when you say something that build together, is it something like we're going to talk about like a little bit personal, but if you find it very uncomfortable, do not share it because I do advocate protect each other's privacy, guys. Okay, just do not ask too personal questions. What's wrong with you guys? Just to make it a little bit. But for you, when you think about building together, what are the things that sometimes you find people got it wrong for real? Because building something, I feel, in my personal experience, this is something that when you're dating someone, you get to talk about this because love hormones are everywhere. So, what are really the difference that you see?
like for me, building something together, just like establishing like a strong foundation for you, your family, and for you, for everybody to grow, you know, grow together, and just have a happy life, you know, like build a house, have happiness with the family and everything. Um, that's pretty much that's as easy as I can make it sound, you know.
Yes. So Bruce is here and wanted to say hi on Facebook, guys, because we're on Facebook. We're
Thanks.
on Twitch as well. We're everywhere, AJ. Your face is everywhere. So please check him out. My Views Your World on YouTube. Ayan. So there's a question asking from a friend from Miss You'd. Is AJ getting married? What are your views? Since we're on the dating, but do you ever find yourself or do you picture yourself being married? Because I know you're still single right now.
I'm like for me, I'm open to the idea, but like my goal is just to have a lifetime partner, and that's just from like
Oh.
everything I've seen in Western society, where if you get the divorce, somebody could have, and I'm just like I don't feel like I need a third party involved in my relationship. Like as far as
Mm,
me, I think when you get involved in a relationship, once you get past the dating part, because I think the dating part is where you just actually getting to know someone. Then once you get in a
mhm,
relationship, then you're actually dating, you know. So I think from the relationship from start to finish, nothing should change. When you say when some people have a status change, I think sometimes they feel entitled to have more input on another person's life, you know. So I want things to remain the same. So I'm just like just have a relationship and lifetime partnership.
mm. That's a good way to put it. So, are you like when you say lifetime partnership, it doesn't consist of the paper?
Correct. Like
Yes.
no third
And
party, no contracts. Like
yeah.
there's a understanding that like you going all in for us the relationship and she's going all in, and if something happens, you know.
You know what? I like to get deep on that one, because I find a little bit like a lot of questions, especially you are based in the Philippines right now. So for people who doesn't know it yet, AJ is right now for the next 3 years, right? Because you got your, how do they call it in the Philippines?
ACR, but like I think in December I probably tried for my what's it called, it the special retirement, the yeah, special
Oh.
retirement visa or something like that. Like 'cause they
Mm.
just lowered the age from 40 to 49, so you just got to make sure you meet the requirements to where you could retire here, have multi-entry visa and everything. So I'm at least planning on staying here like 3 to 5 years, then we reevaluate.
Wow, 3 to 5. That would be fast, it seems like, for real. So I want to go into this, Ayan, from Billy, who is 25 years married. I thought it's 28. You counted it wrong, Billy. But yeah, it's just joking. Building together is more about learning how you change, how your partner changes, and find a balance for both. Are you in any part of this? Like, I know you are dating, but do you see these 2 points and actually applying it for yourself?
Oh yeah, like that's one thing I try to be aware of, like the good changes I had, the bad changes, and try to correct those, and also look at the personality and like the traits in my partner and everything. And hopefully like we could grow down the same grow alongside each other. But sometimes I see how like people grow apart just because of
Mhm.
different life experiences or whatever, or different like factors they may come into a person's life. So yeah, I just take
That's
it one
good.
day at a time.
So what's SSRV? Do you know SSRV?
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like I think it's like special residential retirement visa.
Oh, so that's the visa you can
Yeah,
get
that's the
basically to
visa name.
apply. Mm. So, guys, if you want to live in the Philippines and you want more further instructions on that, AJ is going back to live streaming. Ayan, I'm pretty sure it will come. I'm really looking forward. He keeps saying he's not natural on it. I do know it. It just needs more practice and more application on that. So, please do not forget his channel is pinned on the top of the channel. If you're not subscribe yet, please do subscribe. And you get so lucky if you grow in the same direction. And that takes a lot of effort. But dating, because when I was dating, that's what I know about dating is getting to know a person. And that's how the system, it feels to me, makes sense in its own way. So we're going to talk about the system and I'm going to share it with you guys. Let's see. Where is it? Hold on, guys. Oh my God, didn't even share. Okay, so this is the system, guys. So in this system, the system does not give you power. So it is potential power that becomes power through its use. Okay, is it this one? Okay. Oh, yeah, this is better, right? Guys, do you see it more if it's this way? So, can you explain to us what this mean? Because I don't know if they can see it if they're on their phone, but if in their PC on TV, I'm pretty sure it's fine. So, in your own words, AJ, can you describe this for me and for the viewers?
Like this triangle pretty much like labels everything like pretty much like self-explanatory. And I just want to also add, by no means am I an expert in the system, so some people may have a different perspective on like some of this stuff. But like for when it says like man's traits, those are traits that like if you present those traits to a woman, that's going to increase her interest level in you. Like if you're confident, um if you have control of yourself, like the discipline and patience and self-control, and also if you create challenge when like you're communicating with a woman, um those traits will like increase her interest level in you. And the when it comes to the female traits, those are traits that a men should look for in a woman. Like you want to make sure that you got a woman that you could trust. She's giving. You don't want someone that's gonna be too much of a taker and everything. And not, also when it comes to flexibility, she's not like she's not stuck in her ways. Like she's willing to work with you.
Hmm. Resiliency should be in there too, don't you think?
Yeah, I
As a
think that.
woman.
Yeah, yeah. I think if you look deeper into some of the definitions of the dictionary, I think it falls into some of those categories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the dictionary,
Yes.
like we ain't looking at the dictionary right now. This just the triangle. But yeah.
But we're gonna talk about it because this is pretty amazing. So I would assume because it's a triangle,
Hmm.
I almost said pyramid, guys. This is not a pyramid scam, okay, guys? Take it as it is. If it applies to you guys, if it applies, as I've said, guys, okay, if you think we're saying this because this is the only truth, then you're stupid, okay? These are just ideas and you can take it or leave it. It's just if it applies to you guys, it applies. These are just kind of like information that might be helpful for you guys. So, with that being said, AJ, before we get through deep
Oh,
into the triangle,
and let me
yes,
also like with the at the top of the triangles, there's an interest level. If you able
yes.
to like give a woman respect, show her affection, and bring romance, and also a little bit of humor, those will increase the woman's interest level. So that's how it
Mhm.
becomes a triangle. So it tells you what the what traits a woman is looking for in a man, what traits a female is looking in I mean, what traits a man that's looking in a woman, then what traits you should present to increase the interest level.
Yes. And we're gonna go through it. Okay. I have 1.5 hours with you. Okay, AJ. I wanna go through it one by one. So let's see. Hold on. I'm just looking. Why is it doing this? Ayan. But I imagine dating for IC was choosing what guy of the thousands was the right. Wow, Billy, you have so much confidence in me, ha. Ayan. And ooh, female traits, flexibility. That's nice. And flexibility, bendy. Ayan. We have to be very, very, aware of this. And AJ might be old data, but I always thought a woman was first interested in looks, then money. So what can you say about this from Billy?
If you have money, yeah, that definitely gonna contribute to our interest level. But uh,
Mm,
what happens when you lose that money?
yes, exactly. And also, just because we said flexibility, here you go from Believe. I remember dating. That's not that one. I believe BIY. That's different. That's different flexibility you were talking about. But let's go through this one because ayan. So these are the male traits. I want to go into this. So male traits, confidence, self-confidence, and self-esteem is under there. So when we talk about confidence, the first thing that I do really get is like I was told confidence but not cocky. I've heard this many, many times. So how do you like for a guy who doesn't have self-confidence, who doesn't have self-esteem, and they're everywhere, they're everywhere. What are the things that you can kind of like impart on them, especially the newer generations, especially dating right now? Is I get it, it's very very crazy for some, but what do you think?
I think there's different things that could bring self confidence. Cause I know, like with me myself, like whenever I get a haircut, I feel more confident. Whenever I go to gym after a workout, I feel more confident, like about like what's about to or positive about what's about to happen throughout my day. So you just got to figure out like what brings you confidence and like go to put yourself in like spaces where you feel confident. Like you don't have to go out of your comfort zone to um like show that you're confident. Like you could find comfortable spaces and still interact with people.
Hmm. Do you think that confidence can be learned, or it's just something that is built in you?
I think it can be learned, but it takes practice, and that's why you don't want to overwhelm yourself when trying to be confident. Like take steps. Like one day, just say hi to a world. Next day, try to have a little bit more of a conversation or whatever. It's just like something that you build up on. Take steps, go further and further. Step out of your box.
So this is from Billy. So a Sigma male, another one. These labels, sometimes it really rubs me the wrong way, guys. So be careful with throwing labels. But anyways, so a Sigma male covers that. But most of us do not care to date or even meet folks. So when you hear this label, that supposedly woman loves a bad boy, woman loves this blah 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 and stuff like that, alpha male, sigma male, beta, it's like, is this thing really do matter for you guys? Is it a really big deal for you guys to label yourself and tag yourself in a certain category?
Like for me, like me personally, I don't label myself, and I think labels only affect you if you allow it to. Just
Mhm.
like put your best foot forward and just live your life. Like you don't need to seek approval from anybody that's outside of your circle or anybody that's immediately involved in your life.
Mhm. So let's go to the Billy says confidence can be learned, but should be used slowly. Yes,
Hmm.
because then it turns to be cocky. Because This is one of the things that I find really interesting about dating is like guys talk to yourselves, of course. You talk about like, you ask advice probably from people you feel comfortable with, like what do you do when this girl's. But for me, I always find it such a common sense. If I'm dating and I'm straight, obviously I'm dating a guy, okay? I am a woman. I don't think like them. So if I get to a kind of like a break where I can't understand them, I'm not going to talk to my fellow woman. I'm going to
Correct.
talk to a guy friend. And
Correct.
sometimes this is why sometimes I kind of like shuffle my head. Is like people like male listen how to date with guys. I get that part. It's kind of like the first ones. But once you're dating, meaning you're getting to know each other, you're getting deeper. I hope that's just not the superficial way. I hope you get to the third base, get deeper in there. That's where you should be more in tune with the other person. And that's how relationship goes from dating to relationships. But then I feel like that's why we have the alpha, the community of this. And it's all guys. It's like I just don't understand, why don't you want to talk to a woman about this thing so you can understand and we can impart our knowledge. Any thoughts about that, AJ?
Like I think you want to like question a woman about like different aspects of a relationship and everything. But so with Doc Love, right? He interviewed over 10,000 women, right? And he
Mhm.
asked women these questions to come up with the system. Like far as like if I don't call you within 2 days, what are your thoughts? If I don't contact you within 9 days, what are your thoughts? As far as like trying to schedule a relationship and everything, because and to the ever since I've been alive, there's never been any type of guide on how to date and everything. So
Mhm.
the way he got this information about actually interviewing women and then asking them these questions and everything. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, AJ. You just said my point. He's a man, he asked woman. And it's like, this is why I don't understand why guys who wants to level up on their dating skills, find a good mate, find a date even because they can't get even just a one date. Why won't you ask me? Achara. Or like, why won't you ask a woman for it? It's like, I don't get it. It's like, it's just, I cannot emphasize this more. It's like, I just don't get it. Because it's like, if the person you're asking is like, especially nowadays, you look at the people that do this, that be a guru. That's why I hate that word guru, dating this and dating that. But at least with you, AJ, is like this person is actually trying to scientifically, or at least in his personal way or in his own way, to study people relevancy. There's these references that you can probably really read and correct, and there's real people in it, and woman is included because you are dating a woman, so you want to understand woman. And what's the best way to understand it? To talk to a woman. If you're not gonna apply that, why would you even expect you're gonna have a date? It just doesn't make sense to me. Let me Please make me understand that, AJ.
Yeah, it's just like in order to like um be able to like if you about to have a war with somebody, you need to have an understanding of like their mindset. You need to
Mhm.
be able to plan. You need to have like some type of structure to like, or this the guy I'm going to use to like attack whatever the issue is. It's just like
Mhm.
let's use football. Like, would you go into like if you was in like playing an NFL game, would you go in there without a game plan, or do you want as many tools as possible to like win that game? So
Mm. And
that's
let's
why
look
I say
back on the confidence. Yes. From belief, I discovered that confidence, the kind that has staying power, comes from Serving. And I think, like for you, AJ, I can see the confidence just speaks for itself. Like, I don't think you'll be butthurt by just about anything. You're pretty much level headed. And we're going to go to the chat for a bit because they are very loud in the chat. Blizzard Abroad says, I truly don't understand these systems. And I think, what system are we talking about? About the labels or about the system that we're talking about? But I'm trying to understand, diba? And that's the spirit. I think a lot of the younger men got put off on women, the whole red peel. And I want to make a green peel somewhere in the middle. Do you ever heard of a green peel? I think
Yeah,
we should start it.
let me answer Blizzard's question. So the system
Yes.
was the dating system for men that was created by this guy. We call him Dr. Love. He passed away like in 2020, but the information that he started creating like in the early 2000s, it still applies today because humans remain human beings. So
Yes.
um there's just like guides for us, like things you could do while dating someone. Like one bad thing would be like texting every day. That's a bad habit. Like um when you call someone, you call to schedule a date rather than to have a long conversation. That way, when you get to the date, you have more to talk about and stuff. Like little
Mhm.
things like that that contribute to the increasing a woman's interest level and keeping her interested in you long term.
Yeah, and just I think, for me, when I look at this, and obviously, like I read, I listen, and I even go to the website just to know, then research a little bit. I just want to stay in this one because there's so much things in there, really. That's why I told AJ you should start just, like getting deep
Gotcha.
into little things because it's really a good conversation overall because it's human behavior. But for me, when I look at this, these are guides. These are just kind of like ideas, the same way as all of us just trying to figure out what to do in our lives. These streams that we do, talking about human behavior, talking about dating, these are all ideas coming from personal anecdotes and stuff like that. It's not something that when you hear it, this is what it should be, this is what it should be. And if that's how you think and you're listening to us, guys, that's your problem. But ayan, so there's a question in here: are they comfortable enough with women to have these conversations? And this is one of the things that I find: dating advices, dating books, self-help books, anything of that sort comes to play. So for you, how did you find Doc Love? Like, let us go to the memory lane. Like, why did you look into this? Why you make this kind of like relevant to how you basically date in your life?
So I had a friend that introduced it to me, and at that time, he'd been dating his girlfriend like for 4 years, and he told
Mm,
me that that's what like he used to find the woman that he was looking for, because it also um showed you like how to like find quality women about looking for women that have those traits of integrity, and they have a giving personality, and also is flexible. So um that's how I came about it. Like,
So I guess what I'm pointing out with my questions, let me rephrase my question. When you find this, where is AJ in that part of your face? Like, what phase in your life, if you can just revisit it a little bit,
oh, okay. So,
and just describe it for me. How is it like for you at that time?
okay. So
If you
I,
can
I
share
was
it.
I know I was in Washington State at that time, and like I was having trouble dating. Like, cause most of the time, like with me being in the military, like you move to a city, and like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know anybody, right? So like you see everybody like interacting with each other, and most of it's like people that went to high school with each other. So you have to learn how to break into circles and everything. But like after actually using applying some of the stuff that I learned from the system and everything, it just made it easier for me to like communicate with women, and like also build like confidence with like dating and everything. Like, so because one of the things is like remember how I said like dating is just getting to know someone. One of the things that he also teaches is when you're dating, it's okay to date multiple women until you actually have a girlfriend. You know, because you're just in the
Mhm.
process of getting to know somebody. But once you feel like you're ready to settle down, just focus on that one individual.
Mhm. It is. So have you ever focused?
Oh
Are
yeah,
you
yeah, like
dating?
yeah, like once I decide I'm in a relationship, I'm like focused on that one individual. You
Mhm.
know, like because I think back at that time I was probably in my like early 30s. So you don't.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like that's when I'm thinking about lifetime partners and everything. You know.
Settling down.
Yeah.
So as a guy, I know that we're like focusing on dating, but is there a difference dating when obviously you're young? Is there any difference in there, or it's just the same? It's like, walk us through the dating phase of AJ, if
I
you
think it
may.
just depends. I think it for me it just depends on like how you were raised and like what values was instilled into you, while you're being raised and everything. For me, like in aspects of dating, like I came from a single mom household, you know, while my
Mhm.
dad was married. But like for the most part, grew up watching my mom being single. So like, and I didn't live with my dad, so I really didn't have that particular guidance as far as like this is what you should look for. But I have an idea just seeing his happiness, you know. For as like when I was younger, just like you see what your friends are doing, they having fun, like dating, whoever, you know. So you just trying to like find your own way, what brings you happiness.
So from Billy, I never dated more than one woman at a time, but it was decades ago. Ayun. You probably know. So any thoughts about people who dates multiple people? Is there something like for you? And as I've said, there's no shaming, there's no
Right.
judgment in ICFIT, but it's still up to you if you want to share anything. But in your own thoughts, is there anything bad when you're dating? And what is dating means for you, West? For
Like
us outsiders, what's the word dating means?
like
What
for
is included in it?
like for me, it's just like you actually getting to know someone. You know, like once you start becoming intimate with somebody, that takes it to another level. Once you decide you want to be exclusive with someone, that takes the relationship to another level. But you I learned that like when you dating and you start becoming intimate and start saying oh you're exclusive with one person, you need to have those conversations and not let it be assumptions because some people assume that as soon as you start having sex, um that y'all in a relationship, you know, when that may not be the case because it was never discussed. Like for me personally, like I'm not gonna be having sex with multiple women at the same time, but I will date multiple women at the same time if I'm not in a relationship.
Mhm. So is that a problem? Like, like obviously dating, and this is just from my personal experience, guys. So if you have any, like thoughts also in the viewers down below, down below, guys, you can impart your thoughts with us. But when we talk about, like Philippines and the West as a multicultural woman, there's a difference between dating, in the West, in the Philippines, in Japan. There's process, and do not start me with how dating is in Japan. Okay, you're gonna lose your shit. But in the Philippines, is like obviously AJ is also, I'm pretty sure you've dated girls as well in Japan. So in your opinion, West, there's so many experience right here, guys. So if you are having hard time dating, please ask your questions right now or remain silent and single forever. But dating in the Philippines, dating in Japan, dating in the West, what is it like for you? And which one is the most fun, like most enjoyment you had in dating?
Mm. Like I treat them all the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is just like when you go overseas, there's more of a communication barrier, like because of the language and everything, and also a difference in culture. I think depending on like where you meet a woman in Japan, like if you near a military base, there's a possibility that she might have Western tendencies. So so you might have to take that into accountability, like if you want to be involved with her like that, you know. So but like I think the further you get out into like the away from bases into the provinces, I think you find more women that's willing that want to actually settle down and have a like long term relationship or a family or get married eventually. I think most Japanese women eventually want to get married. I think that's the same with Filipino women also. And that's the same thing. Like right now, I'm in Angela City. Like the dating culture here is different than anywhere I've ever been. Like it's like if you go on a dating site, they're going to see me some girls message you. Like you probably get 100 messages in one day, but how many actually want to get? How many actually want to be in a relationship with you, rather than treating it as a transaction?
Oh, transaction. Yeah, because that's the thing, like for example, there's one because we talk about the, being intimate part. Sometimes you can explain it very clearly and people will still assume. And I can correlate it with the, let's say, dating and being exclusive, especially when there's intimacy in it. And depending on what country you come from, sex in itself is a little bit of, there's a lot of misunderstandings depending on what kind of background you are dating, especially with girls.
Hmm.
And sometimes I always say this, it's almost like it's not even like a cross puzzle thing. It's not very confusing that women are very emotional. We have more of, let's just say it is as an attachment, and it's not just for women. Men usually have problems like that too. It's just not more prevalent because women are more free to express their emotions, while men, physiologically or biologically, they're pretty much like what we talked about earlier. Society is put for you guys to stay this way. You're not allowed to feel emotions. You have to handle that one. So there's factoring in that. So when it becomes intimate, depending on where or what woman you are dating, the dynamic will be different. And sometimes communication and being sure and all of that. And I do understand that part. And I always say this to my girlfriends, you have to be very straightforward with what you guys want, because when it comes to dating, you have to basically get to know the person if you're really gonna be together. And when it comes to intimacy, do you ever had a problem like that in the Philippines where it become intimate and even if you're very upfront about it, there's still a problem? Is there any sort of that you've experienced?
For me, like just like Blizzard said, like you can explain it and people still want to will assume. I think that's them living in a false reality that they could change whatever y'all agreement was. You know, like if you say like I'm only here temporary, we just gonna have a good time, you know, and you end up leaving or whether you either choose to live here, like they be like, oh, maybe I could change his mind to get him to be my boyfriend or whatever, you know. So I think that's people just like not being honest with themselves about the situation and just prolonging things, you know.
So there's something in there. People can change. And this is one thing that I do find really, really one of the culprit of people who has a bad dating experiences. But before that, AJ, there are a lot of things in there because Timmy is in the house. I got mega love shout out to you, Timmy. Mwah. And also, believe in yourself is very, very loud in the chat. And who is it? Where is it? Tony! Where's Tony in the chat? Tony, I do see you, Tony. And he says something, single is good. Single is good, Tony. I'm gonna hunt you, Tony. But AJ, you are in AC. That has to be the worst place, and that is his Billy Steak. So, why did you pick AC, and how is it like in there when it comes to dating scene? Although you're not in the dating scene, let's just be clear about that. But no further questions, guys. It's going to be too personal. But before that, I think it's okay to talk
Yeah.
about experiences. We're
So
mature here, guys.
yeah, for me, like I like my first trip here was February last year. So and I
Mhm.
checked out Manila, Tagaytay, Subic, and
Mhm.
Angela City. With Manila, I didn't like the traffic, and also didn't want to deal with the flooding. With Tagaytay, like I went out like at late at night, was out at a bar until like 10 p.m. And after 10 p.m., I was having difficulty getting transportation back to my hotel. So like at that point, I was like, I'm not staying in a province. Then Subic was nice also, but they didn't have the amenities that I want for us, like a nice size mall or a walking distance to like restaurants and stuff like that. But they got the beach and everything. But like when I came to Angeles, like I liked it the nightlife and also the access to the mall with the restaurants and everything. And everything was like walking distance. So like with me being here and I don't have a car, I need to make sure everything within like 10 to 15 minutes walk to make my life a little bit easier
Mm.
rather than having to take a taxi or a trek everywhere.
But the dating scene.
Oh, as far as the dating, you know what? I chose Angeles because I think when I came here in October, like I don't know what it was, but like I went to a club and just having a good time, and I felt born again. So I'm just like, Angel City's it.
Oh, so you like nightlife?
Yeah, nightlife. That's why like
I like
my
that.
sleep schedule is like I probably go to sleep 5 in the morning, wake up 5 p.m.
Yes, ayan, of course. Another night owl, ayan. Night owl here too. But you're gonna be my tour guide. It's so weird. You're gonna
But
tour me in Angeles.
yeah, anytime, anytime.
But
But but
yes.
the, but like the reason I moved to the Philippines was for the cost of living and the visa that they offered. So as far as how I could stay here like 3 years, so I always looked at like women as being a bonus, like to wherever I was gonna live. Like I wasn't gonna move somewhere solely just to be with like a particular woman.
And I get it. I get it. That's why you disclose this. This is another pet peeve, and I'm going to say my pet peeve. I hope I don't forget, but I want to read this from Timmy. Different provinces in the Philippines, different terms when it comes to dating. Here in my place, dating only comes after the woman agreed to the man to be in a relationship with him. And thank you for clarifying that, Timmy, because this is what dating is like in the Philippines, and that's why I emphasizing dating could be different. It could be
Hmm.
the word dating, but of course you're talking in English. You might be saying dating, but does the person, or if you're dealing with a Filipina or any other countries besides America, does she knows what dating meant for you? Because it could meant for them differently. So that's what I was kind of trying to, express in that way.
Yeah, yeah. Because for me, like if I'm dating, I'm just trying to get to know you. But like once we be like, okay, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend, that's when you like exclusive.
Oh, are you the type of guy like is that after or before?
It depends on the moment.
Eh?
Depends on the
Ayan,
moment.
o, diba? Ayan. But count courting comes first in my province. And this is another thing when I was dating, like not my people, is like courting. When you say courting, it doesn't exist to them. It's like, what do you mean courting? It's like old school from the West. I don't know if that how it felt for you, AJ, but if I'm gonna tell you court me first, what is your initial reaction to that?
Oh, I have no problem with that. Like, see,
Oh,
and that's another thing. Like the system teaches you. Like, you know how like most guys they want to spend like if they go on their first day with you, they want to take you bowling, maybe go to a movie, maybe go to dinner. Where with the system, it shows you to like take them to coffee, 45 minutes. then like get out of there. That way you could increase that interest level rather because once you get out of there in 45 minutes, then she's gonna be like, oh, dad, I wish I could talk to him a little bit longer. Then you
Mhm.
just don't schedule don't schedule a date the same day that you had a date. Like wait a couple days, then call her, be like, hey, are you available today to go on a date? Then when you call her to schedule the date, you actually given a specific time, a specific day, and a specific location.
Yeah, because, like dating is almost like life is a game, for me, in my own analogy in my head. It's like it is a game and you have to play it smart. So I know people are in the chat. So let's just go in the chat because I know you're being very, very antsy looking in the chat. You probably want to talk and you want to answer this one. But after courting and the woman agreed to have a relationship to the man who court her, only then she can go out on a date with that person. And this is pretty much real in the Philippines as well. Not for everybody. That's why we have city girl and province and everyone. But at the same time, you cannot just rely on that. Even city girls can be traditional too. Wink, wink. And AJ, take some time, get out of the province, learn the folks. You will find a legit good woman. What are you talking about, Billy? Just because I'm a city girl, I'm not a good woman? Is that what you're trying to say, huh? I'm gonna palo you. People will change. They don't change, charot. And I love the nightlife. I've got to Biggie on the disco round. Oh yeah, ayan. Brought to you by BIY and Alicia Bridges, 1978. And sorry, had to get oh my God, Tony, I want to hear your dating life. Okay, so after this one-on-one, guys, it will be redirect you to open panel. So stay tuned on that. Good day, BIY, and believe I like that song. It has to be after, so you know you are compatible. Oh, so let's talk a little bit about this. And Cisco, I do see you, Cisco. And who's the other one? Did I miss anybody in the chat? But if I missed you, I'll be right there as well. But this testing the merchandise. Okay, no judgment. I'm gonna palo you guys in the. Let's just be real in this one. We're all adults. What are your intake about testing the merchandise? Any thoughts on that?
I think everybody grown adults. Like people do what they do. Just know like if it doesn't work out, it could go bad. If it works out, it could go good. Just know like the pros and cons of it.
Be accountable, guys. Be
Accountability.
accountable.
Yeah.
And I courted, chased my wife for a year before we did it, as I knew she was the one. So can you do this, AJ? Like, let's just go hypothetical here. You
Okay.
met, supposedly you felt, and I don't know how true is this. And Brett Boyle, I do see you now. Hiya, Ayan. Thank you for coming. I hope you can interact with our conversation today, Brett. But when it comes to this, let's see, the one, they always say this. So now that you know the system, now that you know what you want, what you're looking for, and to settle, and you also know until like you want a life partner, is there something, do you believe when guy says the one? Do you ever felt that or you want to feel that? What are your intakes about the one?
See, like for me, like with every
Yes.
woman that I ever meet, like I feel like I am the one for them. Like if they choose me, that's up to them.
Oh.
And that goes the same thing with like when it comes to women. I feel like every woman is the one for me until they prove me wrong. So that's my ideal
Mhm.
about the one.
That's a good mindset. I like that. I approved of that. That's a good mindset. So let's go back to the chat because they're very busy in there. I really, really like it, guys. Thank you, chat, for that. And where did I stop? Okay, let me just find this, AJ. Bear with me, okay? Good evening, sis. And let's see, Cisco is in the house. Everyone is saying hi, and Tony is already there. That's the part I don't get, the little games. So obviously you have this system, and
Hmm.
we talked about this earlier. It's like, for me, dating, there's games like, in itself, life is a game. You have things to play part of, and that's what, when I think, or when I say something game, is because we're playing it, we are applying things, we are making choices. But when it comes to, let's simplify it as dating, a lot of people are playing fucking dumb games, in my opinion. When we talk about these little games, what's the first thing that pops into your head that is your pet peeve and you don't play that game?
See, for me, games is something that when you're trying to get a reaction to somebody or get a emotion out of somebody. Like,
Mm,
far as me with the system, like me using the system, I think it's more about having discipline and structure for as like how you're going to go about dating. You're not trying to get a reaction, but like I guess you're trying to get a emotion for as like the interest out of them, ensure that there's interest in you, but you're not trying to be like, I want her to feel happy or sad or whatever, you know what I mean? So like when you're trying to get a specific reaction, positive or negative, that I think that's when the games come in. Like, and those are things I don't play. Like, like if
the
I feel like
toxic.
yeah, if I feel like something is toxic or they trying to get a reaction on me by saying certain things, then I'm just like I'm gonna go my own way.
So you can walk away from that. You don't have a
Yes,
problem with it.
no issue.
See, guys, this is what I'm saying. Learn how to say no sometimes, guys. Okay. If it's not for you, it's not for you, guys. There are no rules. Let things just be natural, instead of thinking one has to try and control. Overplan, overthink, etc. We are all different. Bad for one, good for another. Exactly. Very short, very precise. I like that one, Brett. And good morning, everyone from Canada. Ayan, Brett. And believe in yourself are all both in Canada, and it seems unnatural. Nobody likes unnatural and control, and it's just, these are the things that I think, socializing and the system itself. This is how I think some people who are having hard time dating and do just want it to simplify it and get into it. I think this is going to work because you have that, you have guidance, you have these things that you could think of. And I think for the most part, it's applying it. And if it comes naturally, it comes naturally. If it doesn't, don't force it. Just don't force it. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. Ayan, another misinterpretation of courting for us Filipinos. Here, courting means you show up, introduce yourself to the family of the woman, let them know you. Have you ever had this experience, AJ, in the Philippines?
No, I have not. Luckily, I have not.
Ooh, I
But I
love
know,
to
like,
see that.
I know the girl I'm talking to, her family has like inquired about me, and like we probably take that step here shortly. So
Ooh.
we'll see how everything works out.
Well, just know that it, depending on like what kind of woman she is, and I'm coming from a good place, is that
Hmm.
sometimes it's a big deal. Like,
Yeah,
there are a lot of women who doesn't do that. They only bring the man and present it to the family when they're serious, and there's other women who just, because it is what it is,
yeah,
so those are like, if and you have experiences like this, that's why social skills are very important. That's why I feel bad when you're an insult, you're like, well, involuntary celibacy is different, but when you peak and you're not putting yourself out there, and I've been judged by this, by saying this, AJ, like, put yourself out there, have fun. Did you know I was shamed just by saying that? Have fun. It's like, when I say have fun, what does it means for you in just first thought?
like to me, just hearing somebody say have fun, enjoy your life. Like don't stress about like if you with somebody or not with somebody. Like if you meet somebody along the way, good. If not, then continue to live your best life.
Right? So I don't understand. So whenever I feel like, and these are skills, when you say something like that, have fun, and they were like, I don't want to have fun, blah, blah, then they're very, pretty much, it's either they're prude, then you see already the glimpses of it, not everything, but glimpses. And that's how you know. And if they already know you and gain their trust, only then you can date their daughter. And this is pretty much real. This is how I was as well in the Philippines. You have to present yourself to my family before you court me. And Timmy from Blizzard Abroad, and some don't mind the easy girls, and some want to chase a good one. Each to their own. Yes, exactly, Tony. Very easy, very simple. But why a lot of people are conflicting themselves? Can you explain that to me in your own observation, AJ? Why do people seems conflicting? They want a good woman, but they chase the easy girls, and vice versa. Have you seen this played out?
I think some people just like it just turns out that way based on like what's available at that moment, you know. But depending on like what spaces they interacting in, if they going to like coffee shops, they may meet a different woman than they meeting at a bar. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the spaces that they're going to and everything, and actually meeting these women.
And this is from Tony and answering to Timmy, if the girl doesn't take you to meet the parents, she's not serious. And this is also true. That's why I said earlier what I just said. And what I type here is the proper way to get traditional Filipina woman. But most of the ladies in the Philippines nowadays are modern. Ayan. And only game I play is hide the sausage. Oh, where did you hide the sausage, Tony? Yada! That's why I couldn't find it. Ayan, and hehe, diba? But this is from Cisco. I get why people play the games they do. Usually because they think it's going to prevent them from getting hurt. What they don't realize is those games are what's causing them to get hurt ultimately. Very well said. Do you want to ponder on this one, AJ?
Oh yeah, I just want to add, like, I think another reason why some people play games is just to see what they could get away with and what a guy is going to let them get away with. So that's why you got to be like have a little bit of structure and have the be aware of when these games are being played, and then also know how to say no. You know, like don't let people just run over you and stuff like that.
Yeah. Thing is, this is why sometimes it's very complicated to me to understand certain people, because it's like life is already complicated, guys. The magic is how to uncomplicate things. You know? And playing games is not one of them, guys. It's like put that together. It's like how is not common sense, guys. Know how to say no. Yes, one of them is that. And good night. Oh, Billy is going off to sleep. Nice, AJ and ICEE. Good night, chat. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for all the wonderful. I mean, I appreciate you a lot, Billy, because you've been a wonderful part of ICEE Fit. And I hope you don't get tired of me yet. And agreed, Tony, games are for unserious people. At a certain age, you should know what you want. So, speaking of what you want, I've had this observation and I really wanted to just focus on the triangle, but these conversations are
Oh,
getting like, is it just me, AJ, or you're very stimulated as well?
oh yeah,
Sorry for the language. You're with me, right?
yep.
But yes, this is like something like that I observed, and I want you to impart me with your journey as well. There are people who, at their stage of their life, it could be 30, it could be 40, it could be 50 even. It's like when you ask them, what do you want? It's like they can't really even form what they want. And when you ask people, like I would believe Billy is one of them, a lot of like there's a common denominator with people who are in a very healthy and happy marriage life or relationship is that they would tell you exactly that they understand and they have a visualization, an idea of what is their want. Kind of like when you say it, is like, what's your ideal? It could be delusional, and we understand that depending on the words you use, you can understand if it's a Dululu way of thinking or a very realistic want. For me, when a person in their journey get to a point where they can simplify what they want, that's when the magic happens. Do you see that in that point of view and in your own experience and journey? Do you think you're close to it or you're already there in your own words?
I think like me personally, I believe I know what I want, and that just comes through life experiences and also seeing experiences of like close friends, like having good moments in relationships, and the same thing with like family members having good moments, and also seeing them have bad moments, friends and family, and also going through my own bad moments in relationships. So I think everybody knows have an idea of what's good in a relationship and what's bad in a relationship. I think people become a little bit delusional when it comes to relationship is when they think they start paying too much attention to like movies and like cartoons or like that perfect ending and everything, and get away from reality, thinking that somebody just going to come up to their job and be like, "Hey, give me your number," then make them like take them to like a penthouse or something. So, um, but for me, like when it comes to like what I want, like me personally, like long as like I got peace of mind, and I think it was probably like 6 years ago was the first time I had peace of mind in a relationship. So that's got to be the number one. The woman has to bring me peace of mind, and it's just crazy. Like the woman, she was Japanese, and it just so happened that she didn't have no type of social media, and then felt like the relationship was about us rather than her trying to impress other people or seeking attention from other guys.
Are you talking about gaijin hunters?
Oh no, I don't think she was a gaijin hunter. She probably was. I don't know.
But okay, let's talk about this. This is because this is part of, like I rarely talk about my fellow Japanese, and sometimes I do get DMs and like a little bit of criticisms, like I'm half Japanese. Why I don't talk more of the Japanese side? So sometimes I talk about it, I even react about it, and you're probably well acquainted of our culture here in Japan when it comes to dating. But for you, have you ever encountered a gaijin hunter, and what does it mean for you? I want
See,
to know.
I think gaijin hunter like I think I probably have encountered them. Like those are probably the women that hang around the military bases. So there's a high possibility that one of my girlfriends probably was a gaijin hunter, only date Americans or foreigners, you know. So like me, I have nothing against it. I'm all for
Mhm.
it. So yeah, as long as everybody happy, everybody grown adults, you can't force people to be with somebody that they don't want to be with.
Yeah, because that's my thinking, like they had a lot of hate, my fellow Japanese women that are gaijin hunters. And if you just hear this the very first time, gaijin hunters means foreigner hunter. They hunt for foreigners. And it just pops into mind because the way AJ explains it, like they just want to date me to impress their friends. And that's one of the signs they're gaijin hunters, because they just want to date you so that they can tell their friends, I'm dating this guy. He's blah, 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 and so on and so on. And that do happen. But at the same time, I don't understand where's the hate coming from, because for me, without these gaijin hunters, do you really think you can date in Japan, huh? It's like, you should be happy we have gaijin hunters. And it's up to you if you can change that person's mind. Because usually, love, when it happens, it would happen. Do you believe in that, AJ?
Oh yeah, like once you like start interacting with somebody and like if you interact with them on a regular basis and depending on how that relationship develops, like love could happen naturally or you could develop feelings for a person naturally or whatever. It just depends on like how y'all interaction is.
And to move on to the gaijin hunting, and this is from Tony, I prefer to do shit my way. No one can fit in with that. I don't even care. Yes. I think, it has to fit. Like icy fit. I'm sorry, guys. Ayan. And this is also, there's another one. Hold on. Gaijin Hunters, the other reality show. And I'd be okay with women wanting me just because I'm a foreigner. They'll stay for something else if they're a real one. Diba? That's the spirit, guys. That's what I'm saying. So for all those people who hates on Gaijin Hunter, I say you're an LBH.
Hey,
Like you can get
I got
rid
a
of
question.
hang up.
So
Yes.
when did Gaijin Hunter become a big thing? Like you know how
When,
how how Passport Bros the name just blew up. Like when did Gaijin Hunter become a big thing?
well, in my opinion, because I'm not big into social media,
Hmm.
I think it's just kind of like a roundabout in the culture is that it started being that or like a negative kind of way when guidings are getting buttered and they're talking about it online. Like they're basically being objectified. I've heard that. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just being objectified because it's like, bitch, you're a dude. You should be happy you're being, like the
Mm.
hypocrisy sometimes mind baffle me. It's like you should be happy, and it's like Gaijin hunters are pretty known as well in Japan that are they stayed in one place. If you go to this hub, hence hub. And if you know what that is, you know that is. If you go there, there's a chance and a possibility that you're gonna encounter this. So for me, why would you go there? If you really want a traditional woman, you should understand if you come to Japan, your traditional is not our traditional. If it's a traditional woman for 100%, they wouldn't even date you. That's how traditional it is, people. So it's like for me, it's like a weird thing, So in my opinion, it started to become a big thing or a big deal when people talk about it in a very bad light.
Yeah, because I don't think I heard that term until like maybe 2019, but it seemed like it might have started like early, like in like maybe 2010 or later. Because
Yeah,
I know
because
in
it's a thing.
Okinawa they really never mentioned that term, like mostly like mainland.
Yeah, because maybe back in the day, and this is also another pondering thought, and get with it with me. I feel like back in the day, men are men still. They can handle rejection, they can handle challenges, they can handle this thing, the chase. Nowadays is like everybody's entitled. Everybody thinks that because they have this, because they have that, blah blah blah. And if they got rejected, they get butthurt. And you know what? Everybody has a voice now because there's YouTube now. They're gonna rant about it and point fingers and throw a pity party and become bitter, and this cycle continues. How about that, AJ? Did I ace that?
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, okay. So that's my pondering thoughts. And if you think I am correct in any way, guys, please do share your comments if you are in replay or in the live chat right now. And oh, the men were complaining. Have you ever complained anything about dating?
I would not complain about a woman being interested in me just because of the color of my skin or like my height or how I look. I would never be complaining about that. I would
And guys,
I would
uh,
just like if there's a mutual interest, then we'll date and see where things go.
yeah, and that for me is a man, guys. If you cannot handle rejection for real, grow up hair. That's what I'm gonna tell you, just straight. Ayan, and a pretty lady is a pretty lady, no matter where she's born. And but there were always those sailors. I don't know where is Believe right now. What Believe? Come back to me, Believe. When wasn't it a big thing? Probably pre-World War II, Ayun. And also there's more into here, AJ, if you want to jump into it. I used to put myself in areas where I was the hunted. All those working holiday. See, the memory lane for Robert is coming in. And in Foreigner, they called it Passport Bro. But in Japan, who seeks for a foreigner partner, they called it Gaijin Hunter. Passport Bro is usually just black people going to different countries, right? That's what passport bros are, right? Am I? That's the definition of it, right? AJ, are you frozen, AJ? Blink for me. Hold on. I think AJ is frozen, guys.
Oh, was that
Ayan.
me?
But
Oh, I'm back.
yes.
I didn't know if it was
Okay.
me or you. Yeah, like passport bros are just like guys visiting other countries to seek a better life for themselves, whether that's for cost of living or just to seek a more quality partner than they would find in the
Mm.
Western society.
So, Timmy, my question for you, Timmy, do you think there's like a version of like Gaijin Hunter? Because Passport Bros is foreigner coming in. So, if it's Filipina or Filipinos that are hunting foreigners, what would it be? What do we should call them, Timmy? Ayan. Let's just start a label. How about that, huh? Everybody has a label. Let's start a label. I see a Cubs cup. Gotta go. Sorry, time sakto po. Yeah.
Cincinnati
So,
Red.
that's Janek. Janek who hates everybody. Ayan. I knew it. DIY. You Sky Fox. Tell us what Sky Fox is.
I'm not sure what Sky Fox.
Oh my gulay,
Oh, oh,
Cisco, what
oh! It
is
says
Sky
Slight
Fox?
Fox. Slight Fox. Slight Fox.
Oh, sly. Okay. What a Sly Fox means.
Oh, just like somebody like sneaky, like they smooth, like yeah.
Smooth. Ah. Are you smooth? Do you think you're smooth, AJ? If you could just be real for a bit without the cringe.
Oh no, like uh, I don't think so. I think
I think it
I'm just
is.
straight
You
to the
just don't
point,
want. Okay.
I just learned to plant
Just,
seeds here and there.
oh, then that's smooth, right? Smooth.
I
Slowly and smoothly. That's how you like it.
possibly I take the long route to
Okay.
get to things.
Uh, Okay. And you may appreciate Puddles Pity Party. He sings quite spectacularly. I am from BIY. And people who cannot accept rejection is a total red flag. They deserve to get rejected if they are like that. And I'm talking about guys, but I want to know you guys, like, how do you deal with women that is on the other side? You're the one who's rejecting them. How do women in your experience, if you have that kind of experience, AJ, can you share us something?
It just
How do
depends
they
on
react?
it just depends on their interest level. Like if they have very high interest level, they don't want to let go, and they will continue to message you, call you, and
Mm,
when you don't expect it, like they want to continue to try to make it work when you're already checked out. So it just depends on the woman for the most part, as far as like what her interest level is in you.
wow. So, can you share something? Like, is there anything in that particular rejection, like a story? Like, is there anything, like, how did you deal with it? How did you kind of like, is there anything like more in that story? And
Like for me, you talking about like the for us the woman that got rejected by me or me getting rejected?
yes, you rejected a woman. Like
Uh,
it's
re-
not working. How did you deal with that?
for me, like I always try to end stuff like to where we still on good terms. So I would still like interact with the person, let them know like I still wish you the best and everything. Um, but like I already got my mind set up. I'm going in this direction, So like whatever you she got going on, she needs to figure that out. But like maybe if things change as far as her personality or like whatever it was that maybe go to a different direction, like we probably could revisit it. But at that point in time, like it's me, like I got my mind made up and I'm going in this direction. Are you muted?
So does that mean you just caught it?
Yeah, I just cut it. Like, but like most of the time, like like the relationship probably started from a friendship at some point. So I would still just
Mhm.
try to interact with them on a friendship level. even sometimes
Mhm.
that's not good because they still like hold on feelings and everything. So
Yeah, because this is usually kind of like, like in a hindsight, especially like lately and recently, I've been talking about dating because I feel like it's just relevant to talk about. Because, in my opinion, I had a wonderful dating. It's not going to be all rainbows and, like that. Of course, there's going to be hangups, but I took it as a challenge. Like, so next time this won't happen again. Like, it's a learning step for me until
yes.
I find my one. So I think I had something to offer that maybe enlighten some people in a way where dating shouldn't be this bad. And maybe you're looking at it in a different way or in a different lens. And I think you, AJ, is having like just listening to you, how you managed your life. You seem to be a very level headed man. Like you're also well built. You're pretty much on your way to settlement, you settle kind of way. So, in that regard, hold on. I told you guys, sometimes my thought process is so fast. I have to just like, if there's a pause, I would pause it. But sometimes it really goes away. But let's just go back to the chat before I get to remember it. A buddy of mine and malaking pares madalas naway umandayog sila. Ano daw? I don't know what's that mean, BIY. That's too Tagalog. I don't know if that's Tagalog. And that's the definition they gave, which is, I don't know what's the definition. Did I miss anything? And I'm not quite sure if YouTube moderation did messed with my chat. And Sly Fox, a band, and I had this EP, and that's why they think it is, I guess. But in general thing, people who use passport to go to different countries are called passport bro, regardless of the color and ethnicity they come from. So for you, AJ, because it's like for me, I had a passport bro that I did had a one-on-one before. Shout out to him. Oh my gulay, I'm so bad. I forgot his the name of his channel, but I'm gonna put it again on my community so you can watch it for yourself, guys. But as I know, passport bros is the term they called black men who go or like, how do you explain passport bro for people?
Like I think like the like black guys who travel like to other countries to
Yes.
seek a better life for themselves, and also travel to meet women that may be different from a Western woman and everything, different culture, and have different values. But I believe there are some like white guys that may identify as passport bros because it's just a name. It's just a name for the most part. But
Mm,
yeah, some white guys may identify like, "Oh, I'm passport bro," because they doing the same thing as the black guys.
yeah. And let's go back to the Gaijin Hunter. I guess there are people who are interested in that. What is the Gaijin Hunter motivation? Curiosity or being different? I would say it's more of curiosity. Being different maybe is factor in. I guess it depends on the woman. Like what is their motivation behind it is probably going to be different from woman to woman in this category. And in the Philippines, Afam Hunter, I guess. There you go, Timmy. Talk about it, Timmy, Ayan. And BIY, have you heard of Mac Sabbath? Do you know Mac Sabbath? And not until this moment. Ayan. And they're a Black Sabbath cover band, but dressed in McDonald's characters' costumes, and they changed the lyrics to fit McDonald's theme. And a rejection story. Okay, let's listen to this one. Do you wanna read this for us, AJ?
A rejection story for a woman. For a woman asked for my number when I was on a date with my girlfriend at the time. I thought this was rude and disrespectful. I would agree. That is rude
Mm,
for someone to approach you while you're on a date.
yeah. That is a very bitchy move. My point. Yeah.
I'm luckily I
Another
haven't had that one happen.
Yeah. Another odd group show my buddy went too. And Filipina dating, another one. Oh my gulay Janek, we don't need that one. And I was just watching one of their videos, and that action could have led to a cat fight. It could be. And a little too weird for me DIY, but I respect their hustle. And malaking pares naway umendayog sila. Oy, oy, you are naughty. And naway maging malaki. Just me, o Marimar. And hopefully this last one is more clear. And do you know? Okay, grow a pair. Oh, yes, yes. And AJ, please don't wear that hat in LA. Do not wear that hat.
It's the same
And the
color.
most
It's the same
popular,
color. We
yeah,
good.
let's go. So, yes. And let's see. The most popular passport bro is a white guy. Is that true? Who
Yeah,
is it?
because I guess some people say they that's where passport bros have started. Like for the most part, because white guys been traveling longer than black guys.
Now it's race now.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, in high school, I dated shared white snake with me. And yes, believe I told my woman after the meal she wanted to confront her. I squashed the incident. Ooh la la, Sir Williams, tell us more of those. But basically, a passport bro is anything anyone says because it was never claimed and defined. Ayan, from Blizzard Abroad. And Tini, I did notice that I forgot an S na way malaki mabigat at madalas na umindayog ang iyong mga pola. And true bliss. So, for the female traits, ayan, I want to go through this because this is actually what I wanted to talk to AJ about, but we are so much. I told you, AJ, this could be a good topic, and I want you. You're the, I think you can get this with me. So for the female traits, let's just go through it. And anytime, AJ, you want to come back, you want to talk about this, or you want to talk about this on your own channel as well, AJ, just let me know. If I have time, it's my pleasure to be your co host for that as well.
Cool,
So
cool.
let's go back to this one, female traits. In your experience in applying this triangle, which
Hmm.
female traits you really like really stands out for you, and the one thing, if it's not added here, is there anything that you want to add in your own experience?
For me, like integrity is the big one. Like honesty and also like trust.
Mm.
Like because I want someone that like if I'm communicating with you and we having a conversation, I don't. I want if I ask you a question, I don't want you to just give me an answer that I want to hear. I want you to give me like the truthful, honest answer. Like I don't want to have to revisit something because there was like I noticed like there was a slight difference in your answer like a week ago. You know what I mean? So just be honest from the start. And understand sometimes things change, but just be like honesty and trust is a big one. Like because like I don't like cheaters, so like as soon as that's gone, like you're out of there. You know what I mean? So and what was the other
Yes.
ones for it?
Let me show it to you.
Oh, then also just be like flexible, willing to like try to make things work, not stuck in our ways and everything. That's another big one. Like someone that's like open minded to like meet me halfway rather than like it got to be her way or the highway or try to change who I am and everything.
Yes. And this is from Sir Williams. I believe female traits should show female are more calculating. Any thoughts about this one, AJ?
I think I would need more context.
Yeah. So give us more context, Sir Williams, because I thought I was just misunderstanding it, if you may, Sir Williams. And honesty is a big word. If the person is honest, the trust follows. And this is why I love Timmy about. It's like he makes it so simple for me sometimes. He's like, oh, oh yes, of course. So what do you think about this
And
one?
that's the one thing I learned about like communicating because everybody have different communication skills and they feel comfortable like comfortable and not uncomfortable talking about certain things. So I think like when you communicating with your partner, you just gotta understand like where their communication level at and know the questions to ask to get the answer that you want.
Mm. And Armchair Bros, on the other hand, is one I fully endorse. Haters. I don't get this. Can you? What does this mean?
I, I'm assuming that it's like somebody that sit in a chair, like a chair or something all day or something. I don't know,
Oh,
like
this
maybe
guy
a
is
lounge
making me
chair or something.
really think. My brain cells couldn't handle it, Cisco. But Brett Boyle, let's talk about this. The four C's are vital by both partners in a relationship: commitment, communication, cooperation, compromise. I like this. Four
Uh,
C's. If either partner is off with any of those, so the likelihood of it working diminishes. I agree. Double. If I could put my feet on thumb, four and four. I have four thumbs up for you, Brett. How about you, AJ?
oh yeah, I got two thumbs up for that.
Two, no, four. Oh, no, you can have five.
Well,
Sorry. I'm sorry. My brain couldn't filter sometimes. And big haters, armchair bros. Oh, so just like, oh, so
okay,
hence
we got a
armchair.
term for it now. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I
And
know like
armchair
how they got
bros are guys who sit on the couch at home, never travel overseas, but want to criticize men who do because they're in pain. And that's why I always say this. When you hear people so much, they spit out toxicity, and it could be subjective. Toxicity for me cannot just be toxicity for AJ. He might have more tolerance on what I deem toxic. But when I deemed it toxic, it's like I sometimes have this mindset already where I'm the better person. I'm not going there because he's probably or she's probably hurting or broken. I don't want to be, in that kind of mindset. Do you have those things when you think about armchair bros for a bit? Because they want to go there. Let's give it to them. How do you deal with armchair bros?
Like to me, I just don't entertain them. You know, like if you want to talk about guys that's traveling and living a best life, like I just don't entertain it. That's the same thing with trolls. If like somebody trolling me on my YouTube channel, like I just ignore it. Thanks for the views.
Yes, exactly. And when you're hurting and don't know how to fix it, it's hard to see other people happy. Indeed. And for me, I just want to be the better person where you're hurting already. I don't want to hurt you more. But if you really want to poke me and irritate me to the, I'm going to make you broken. It's your deal. What do you want it to be? The choice is yours. So, but basically, those are the things, and giving flexibility, the four C's: commitment, communication, cooperation, compromise, and to go back to the triangle, these are female and male traits. So, these four things, how do you explain this in accordance to the male and female traits, especially in your personal experience?
So, like with this, like respect, affection, and romance, those are in bringing humor to a relationship. Those are things that a man needs to bring to a relationship to increase a woman's interest level in them or to maintain it. Like, 'cause just because you get a woman, you don't stop like maintaining. You still gotta like just like a car, you gotta do the maintenance, change the oil and everything on it, like change the tires to keep it running and everything. So you still need to show respect, show affection to your woman, bring romance to the relationship, and also bring humor to
Yes. Because, guys, if you don't want to bring romance, then marry your best bud.
it.
Because it is what it is. Maybe you'll find someone, I think. And I'm not going to say this for all women, of course. I'm pretty sure there are rare ones out there that don't need the romance, okay? But for the most part, I feel like if a woman is in love, in their element, and they're, embracing the femininity in there, I think every woman would want it. and in my experience, that's how it is. I know for myself, I have an emotional hangups. I don't do things emotionally. That's why it's hard for me when I'm in YouTube and you guys are making me emotional. It's super unnatural for me. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't do that. But for whatever reason, you guys do make that happen from time to time. And I think it's just the overwhelming love that I felt sometimes from time to time. So let's go back to the chat because it feels like our guest is very much in there. Drain the oil pan from time to time. And Tayan, and definitely not caring how other people live their life. Be happy or be sad. You're nothing in my life. I don't care what you do. Ooh la la, that's so sexy, Tony. I like it. And I understand a little more now, though. This is general common sense advice, not a step by step by manual. Yeah. So, any thoughts on that one, AJ?
Yes, it's like it's general common sense, but the thing is, a lot of guys, some people don't have common sense, or they have less experience than what Blair may have or myself may have. So that's why, like this guide, it was created for guys that need that extra information or assistance in like building that confidence to approach women and have a structure to approach dating and everything.
Mhm. And that's the thing that I want to like earlier when I stop you from saying things is like sometimes I feel like there's so much stigma, and that's why I talk about social norms as well. There's a lot of stigma put on people. Like one is that when I say have fun, experience life. If you say that to a person who's very conservative, prude, they believe that you have to basically present yourself as pure as you can be, then for me it's just illogical because then you wouldn't. Women are different, every woman are different. If you don't have the skills, how it takes earlier, as it says, respect. Respect. There's a lot of crazy women, and we can be crazy if you can make us crazy. But how can you still respect a woman even in their worst time? If you've never experienced that, how would you deal with one, two, three, four, and more and more? And if you have the one, but for whatever reason, no one is perfect, how are you gonna give respect when when times are tough? Affection, these things are all factoring into those things. What do you think about that one, AJ?
Yeah, like every guy got to be aware of like where they at in terms of their relationship and everything, what they bring to the table, and if something's lacking, know how to correct it. Whether it's respect, affection, what's the other one? Romance or humor. Like,
Yes.
yeah, it just that's pretty much what it comes down to, being aware of like what you bring to the table and everything. And because most women, they won't say too much about it, they just go about their way. Like, let me read this real quick. So
Mhm.
when when the woman interest level is at 51 to 100, the woman is interested in you. That means they want to try to make something work with you. When like at 50, there's no half in and out. It's either they interested or they not interested. So zero to 49, that's mean the woman is on her way out. You know, like once it go below 39, she's definitely about to leave. So that gives you a
Well, as
like,
well, AJ, I know we only have 10 minutes of your time,
oh, we
but
got time. I make time.
okay. So, but if you can share that, I don't know if you can share it with us, present or invite. I don't know if you have that in your stream
Uh,
yard, but if you can, if you want to bring it up, I can bring it up. I
this is
can.
just some of my notes that I took down in the past.
Okay, okay.
So
Yes.
it's like
But
not like
just
a
in
actual
case,
scam.
yes.
Let,
Yeah,
let me
just
see.
in case you have those, please don't feel free to just
Yeah.
give it to me as well.
Oh,
Armchair Bros, and Stone Pony. Ayan, welcome, welcome to ICEE Fit, who sit back telling you how to do and what to do without them doing it themselves. Oh, hypocrisy in the highest level. Ayan, and that's an understatement from Henry. And Henry is in the house, and everyone saying hi to everyone. I have a friend whose motto in dealing with women is affection, direction, and correction. Ooh, what do you think about that, AJ?
sit. Avamoto dealing with women, affecting direction. And, mm, some women might be okay with that, not all. You know, like
Hmm.
that. That's one thing. Like from a magistrate, they like. I know, I understand some women seek guidance. I understand that, but like you don't want to take like try to control a woman too much. You know, let them be who they're gonna be. You know.
Let us be goddesses as we are. And I'm a woman, but I find it nonsense if you are in a relationship, if you put everything out in the open, especially about private life. Yes. That's why I advocate private should remain private. Be appropriate, guys. And there's a lot of comments that I think YouTube kind of like hide. I didn't see it in the StreamYard, so I'm just gonna read it. It's on the live chat now, and this is from Tony. Common sense ain't common anymore. This day, it's all about people's feelings. Fuck your feelings. I like it. And next, I just read it, guys. It's from Tony. You can look in the chat. Common sense goes out the window for too many people when they're desperate or horny. What's wrong with being horny? Maybe that's why I'm hot. I'm always horny, guys. Ayan. But anyways, ayan. With all these stuffs nowadays that a woman likes flexing everything, I don't know if they like a stable relationships or they only get into relationship for PDA and flexing. Oh my gulay, see me, right? And let's see. Okay, I another one. BIY, what did you type in there? And OPFNC, get up in my feelings. Ooh la la. Oh, I think that's BIY. And hello, BIY from Stone Pony. And let's see. I might. Okay, Timmy, agree. Exactly. Protect your privacy, guys. Not everyone should know about your life. I agree. Some things are meant to stay between you and your partner. And hey, I see. Hello, Chad, Bobby. Ayan, you got it. Ayan, you get to get in with us. And how are you doing? I am doing good now that you are here. So, connection. Is there anything that comes with that? Did I missed anything? Okay. So if I missed anything, guys, I think YouTube moderation is being very, very strict right now. So it's not coming. A lot of them is not coming out. I don't know where's admin at because I don't see her. So bear in with me, guys. I know you're typing in there. I know it takes time to type. So I'm sorry if I'm missing them a lot. Anyways, ayan, let's go back to business. So the last part is, ayan, let's see. Female interest level, which you obviously explained to us, and this one, the bottom line factor and the reality factor. Take us with you, AJ.
Oh, so the bottom line factor is just like being honest about with um yourself. Be honest with yourself about what's going on. You know, like don't try to justify like a person's actions and everything based off of everything, like everything put together. You know, like because a lot of
Mm,
people like when something happened, they try to make excuses for somebody else's bad behavior.
mm, yes. And how about that, like AJ, when it comes to dating as well, okay, the shaming part, the shaming part that I was talking about earlier. Sometimes when you go on a date and it's like you're being so upfront about it,
Hmm.
it feels like when you're so honest about it, and it could be. good, bad, or whatever it is. Have you ever got shamed because you know what you want, but because it is not the social norm or it's not how dating is like and supposed to be in what country you are from? Have you ever been shamed on the things that you do, how you do it, your system, not just this system, but you built your system into something? Can
Uh,
you share us any
I
stories?
don't think, yeah, I don't recall ever being shamed for it because I don't think it's a discussion that's ever had. You just like everybody have their values and they just live their life going forward, you know. So I think that's why like I never been shamed for it, like because there's never been a real deep down discussion for as like the reason why I believe certain things or the reason why I move certain ways, you know. Um, yeah, yeah, not that I can recall, like I never been ashamed for it, and I would never shame a woman, but I know there's also certain topics that like should remain private or to that person's like that person should be able to keep to themselves, you know. So like you don't want to talk about exes or how many people the person slept with in the past and everything, you know. Whatever happened in the past, it's in the past, you know. Like, but if there's a video that might pop up, just let me know ahead of time. But other than
Nice.
that, yeah.
So yeah, because there's a lot, and I've told you about this before, and I think you're up to something in here, AJ. I find value in the things that you put into the table. I really, really do. So I really do hope that you continue. And this one, and admin has a very, very heavy rain over there in the Philippines. So now I got you, and no sexting surprise. Ayan, do not do that, guys. Ayan. So, how about those people? Like, like there's another whole thing. And Sir William says, I remember being shamed. Yes, tell us your stories, guys. Not because you're not in one on one right now. If you find that your stories has values, even if not, you don't think, just share it if it's not too private, because I know someone is listening out there that it might really do a lot of help. So, I remember being shamed for dating a person outside my ethnicity. Do you have those kinds of experiences, or like personal, like anecdotal kind of way?
Like me personally, I can't recall like somebody saying or you this because you dating a white woman or an Asian woman or anything. If it is, it's like things that I didn't hear personally, but I could see it possibly happening depending on like what, like if somebody just like envy you or like or don't want to see you happy or whatever, you know. So, but those people they don't have no value on my life, so it really wouldn't affect me.
Mm. Yeah, and I just ask you about the streaming part because I always, ever since I saw you, you almost seems like that you don't care type of person. It's like if you hear like any toxicity, I always seem to always find you in a situation where you don't even interact. It's like it just passed you by, which is kind of like a good quality to have. So overall of this conversation is like you had this system, you basically allow it to kind of like guide you on your dating.
Yes.
Now that you are in a happy relationship, or like you're with a girl. I'm so weird at this one, guys. I
Oh
told
no,
you
you
I have
good, you good.
to hang up. Yeah, let me get on with my emotional hang-ups, guys. But I'm just saying is like in that kind of way, your system, and I want you to be like comfortable about it to express it, because this is your system. Can you describe it, and what are the things that you've learned throughout, and can, if you can summarize it, how are you going to present it with the next generation?
Oh, like I think it's like there's no guide for guys to date from like whether you're a teenager or you're in your 20s or in your 50s. And at the end of the day, we're all human, right? So like the human aspect will always be there, and it's just give you a common sense approach to finding a quality woman, far as like listing traits that you may want to look for, and if you um abide by the system, it may increase your it will improve your results of finding that person that's going to be there long term and a quality woman. So I think that's the easiest way to explain the system. Because there's a lot of dating coaches out there, but there's a lot of things that they don't discuss that the system does discuss. Because some people don't realize, like, let's say you're talking with a woman, right? If you make a joke and she touch you, that's a sign that she's interested. Like the interest level is rising, you know. Um, like if she does it like repeatedly, you'd be like, okay, that lets you know like the interest level is rising. Um, when you don't have communication with a woman for an extended period of time, I would say I think it's like 2 to 9 days or whatever. Like the time that she's not communicating with you, her interest is rising because she's wondering like why this guy isn't talking to me or what this guy doing. You know, like whereas if you text her every day, when you actually do meet, you have less to talk about. So it just instill those little gems for you to have better results with dating and everything.
Yes. That's nice. That's nice to put it that way. So thank you for this, AJ. Ayan, we're going this after this. I would read it probably won't redirect you, but I'll be right back because it's going to be an open panel. We can talk about what we just talked about here. I'm gonna open the panel. We don't have members only stream today. And then on the social norms, if you want to take that into consideration as well, we're going to talk all about what we talk on the stream before and this one on one. So I hope you guys, for people who are in here, if you're decent, please stay decent. We can talk about it. I'm going to open the panel in 10 minutes after this. Give me some time and I'll get it ready. AJ, thank you. Thank you so much for this. I hope this is just not the first, the second. I hope there's more to come because I still have a lot of things I want to ask you, of course. You're such a wonderful guest and you impart a lot of, you stimulate my brain, so I like that one. And also, please invite everyone because I know you're hitting it hard on YouTube. Please tell us what's going on with your YouTube channel. Where are we going to see you? How are we going to expect you? The floor is yours.
So right now I'm in the process of editing videos. Like they coming out in like mixed orders and everything. So you're gonna see. I think I got one more video from America. Then the next video is gonna be from like um, Philippines and also Japan because I just came back from Japan like a few weeks ago where I was able to go to like the Sky Building in Osaka, went to the Orion Beer Festival or ASA Festival in Okinawa. So those videos will be coming out and just showing a little bit of the nightlife around the one of the military bases where there's like a whole bunch of American bars and stuff like that, and just some restaurants that I've been to. I'm looking forward to editing my video of me eating sushi. I went to a Hamazushi, and so it's like gonna be the Hamazushi experience where they got the sushi on the belt and everything. So that's just a couple things that's coming out in the near future. Then definitely gonna start these lives up. Got to get a schedule right. And also, like I'm in the process of getting an apartment, so I'm also going to try to show that process of me like getting the apartment and some of the renovations I got to do to it to get it to where I feel comfortable in it living as American in the Philippines.
Aw, see, guys, I told you he's pretty much well built. So that's good. I hope guys that are watching this, especially the newer generation, as we call them. I hope you guys that are still single, you're having hard time dating. I hope this little triangle, ayan, the system is going to help you furthermore on your dating so you can enjoy it as much as all of us that are already taken enjoyed the process. I hope you also have those, because dating should be fun. Let's make dating great again. Ah, diba? Ayan. Anyways, AJ, thank you so much for this. I hope if you have time, I know it's night over there, it's Saturday, so you're gonna have fun. But if you want to stay on our open panel, please feel free to do so because I'm pretty sure there are people who's going to come up and talk it with me. Thank you, AJ. It's
Yeah, I got
been a
another 30 minutes.
pleasure.
I'll hang out.
I yeah, that okay. So let me just do the open panel so that you can talk to other people as well. That's just not me. So you can have also. I hope you guys can come up with us. But before that, because you have 30 minutes yet, ayan, let's eto Cisco. If she tells you she's going to palo you, the interest level is rising.
Love it,
Ooh la
love it.
la. Ayan. And is that me? Ayan. I only the one who says palo ha? Ayan. Only ever got one evil eye because I was dating a younger Filipina on Australia. And it was from another Filipina in a shop. WTF. Oh, diba? See, Tony, I know. There are people like that. I think she likes you and it should be her. I think that's what it meant to Tony. I believe a person's path in dating is each own path. Everyone tastes are different. Ooh la la, I like that, Sir Williams. I hope you can impart us on those stories. And AJ, salute, brother. I am from Cisco. And Tony, that is common to a Filipina that has crab mentality. And I will double take that. And I never thought of myself as being decent. Are you decent, AJ?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hey, TV and AJ Ayad from Blizzard Abroad and salute Cisco from AJ. Oh my god, you're like BIY. You're so good at this. But thank you, AJ. Let me get a little bit of rest. I need to go to my toilet room. But AJ, I hope you come back. I'll be right back. Give me 10 minutes, guys, and we're gonna open the panel. Thank you, AJ.
Oh,
Let's
thank you
say
for having me.
goodbye to
Bye bye.
everyone. Ciao, ciao. Bye, guys.